Dark clouds loom over Deion Sanders as Colorado's fate announced after son Shadir's NFL future nearly confirmed last year. Sanders did what nobody thought he could. As Colorado's new HC in 2023, Coach Prime finished with a lackluster record of 4-8 in the Pac-12. But in 2024, he turned the tables. He finished with a 9-4 record in the Big 12 in their debut year in the conference. That's 8 places up from their 2023 season, where they finished at a disappointing 12. Coming to 2025, Sanders has not been sitting idle. He's got some great power among his 2025 signees, because of which Colorado ranks number 2 in the Big 12's 2025 class. Quite astonishingly, Coach Prime did that without ever stepping foot at any high school. Remember how he landed the nation's number 1 overall recruit, Travis Hunter, in Jackson State without ever visiting his high school? As reported by USA Today, Deion's $200,000 allowance in his contract for private air travel for recruiting purposes remains unutilized. That only shows the aura he has in the college football sphere. This year also, Sanders created quite a ripple when he flipped the country's number 6 quarterback Julian Lewis from Lincoln Riley and the USC Trojans. But he is not the only star. To name more talents, offensive lineman. Cardez Smith was committed to Auburn and then USC. But ultimately, he flipped to Colorado a week before the early signing period. Fellow 4-star Chauncey Gooden followed suit on the same day. The Buffaloes have 6 4-star high school prospects, which is just behind Texas Tech. The 2025 class has prospects from Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, Florida, Texas, and Michigan. But all these is not taking away some big-time concerns. Deion Sanders will be looking at a team that lacks sons Shadir and Shiloh, and Heisman awardee Travis Hunter. Having just wrapped up Pro Day, Sanders will officially close the 2024 books and zero in on 2025. He's got some new faces on the roster, along with some new hires. It'd be interesting to see how Sanders drives forward a team that is new to him this season. However, could it be that Coach Prime might not get the results he wants for this year? Josh Pate, in an April 6 video, shares some insights on what the road ahead looks like for Sanders. Deion Sanders has silenced a lot of people, me included, who had questions about his approach. I still don't have questions about it. But if we're talking about last year where they went 9-4, to this year, I think it's probably more likely without Shadir, they take a step back. Without us realizing, Shadir had added so much value to the team that his absence is starting to look like a problem for Colorado. Shadir Sanders was a miracle worker. Here is no way that he should have been able to do what he did behind that offensive line, with very little running game to speak of, and still made stuff happen. That stuff would be a whopping 4,134 yards, 37 touchdowns, and a passer rate of 168.2. Without last year's heavy-duty performers, how much of a hit is Colorado expected to take? Pate said that Colorado isn't going to fall off a mountain. They could just minorly regress and lose 3 more games than they did last year, because the Big 12 is so insanely compressed and competitively balanced. Pate said those 3 losses will be a blow to Sanders, because 7 losses overall don't seem very promising. They also do not have many high-voltage recruits. They took 17 transfers too, and only one of them was a blue chipper. Julian Juju Lewis committed to the Buffaloes as a 5-star prospect. Pate continued, so either they found a lot of diamonds in the rough, or the roster may just not be as good. We'll have to wait and see if Sanders does suffer a pushback this season or if he silences onlookers like he did last year. A new favorite is touted to draft Shadir Sanders, much to Deion's relief. Shadir, on the other hand, finally has something to look up to for his draft prospects. He put on an eye-catching show at the Colorado NFL Showcase. In his throwing reps, he progressed from short to deep throws, or one attempt at Jimmy Horn Jr. traveled more than 40 yards in the air. He doesn't have the luxury that Travis Hunter does, who took it easy on the eventful day. Shadir is doing the best he can to prove that he's a first-round pick. He looked to be in talks with the Tennessee Titans, who have the number 1 pick. However, that route is looking grim as the team canceled a private workout session with Shadir after the showcase. There are still plenty of teams looking to secure Shadir, who makes for a mean quarterback, despite his struggles. On the betting table, however, it seems Shadir is favored to go with the New Orleans Saints, but things also get tricky for Shadir with this prediction. The Saints have the 9 pick, which means he has to be passed on by Cleveland, New York Jets, and more. Shadir is not Cam Ward, who has held on to the top places in mock drafts until now. Miami Dolphins eye Colorado QB Shedeur Sanders in shocking draft twist while Tua Tagovailoa's future hangs in the balance. An unexpected twist in NFL draft discussions has sparked intrigue around the Dolphins' future, with a potential decision that could redefine the team's quarterback hierarchy. Potential draft shakeup. The Dolphins appear to be mulling over an unconventional strategy that could see them select Colorado quarterback Shedeur Sanders in the first round. While it might seem surprising at first, especially with a proven talent like Tua Tagovailoa already on the roster, the looming concerns over Tagovailoa's long-term durability have set the stage for an innovative approach. The remarks calling the idea a wildcard possibility hint at a broader vision at play, one that embraces risk to secure a promising future asset. Reassessing the quarterback equation in recent times, the team's internal evaluations have brought Tagovailoa's injury history and uncertain career trajectory to the forefront. Rather than merely seeking an immediate substitute, the move to target Sanders would serve a dual purpose: to provide fresh talent while offering the young quarterback an invaluable opportunity to learn from both the current leader and the coaching staff, particularly Coach Mike McDaniel. This situation suggests a calculated plan, balancing present needs with a clear eye on the future, where Sanders could gradually evolve into a pivotal asset. Ezoic strategic vision and team dynamics. Holding the number 13 pick in the upcoming draft, the Dolphins are perfectly positioned to make a strategic decision as the draft unfolds. Should Sanders become available at this slot, it would represent a shrewd investment in the team's developmental pipeline. Beyond merely addressing immediate roster concerns, this potential selection underlines a nuanced strategy, maintaining competitive excellence today while laying the groundwork for sustained success down the line. Through advantageous mentorship and a forward-thinking mindset, the team could seamlessly transition leadership when necessary. Reflecting on the NFL's shifting landscape, this emerging rumor encapsulates the unpredictable nature of the NFL and the ever-evolving strategies teams must adopt in response to both opportunity and challenge. By considering a move to draft Sanders amid Tua Tagovailoa's injury uncertainties, the Dolphins illustrate how modern NFL franchises are increasingly focused on long-term planning and risk management. Through advantageous mentorship and a forward-thinking mindset, the team could seamlessly transition leadership when necessary. Reflecting on the NFL's shifting landscape, this emerging rumor encapsulates the unpredictable nature of the NFL and the ever-evolving strategies teams must adopt in response to both opportunity and challenge. By considering a move to draft Sanders amid Tua Tagovailoa's injury uncertainties, the Dolphins illustrate how modern NFL franchises are increasingly focused on long-term planning and risk management.